Welcome back to Andersen Acres. We're outside with the rabbits today because I wanted to talk about other ways you can treat your rabbits well. So we talked about handling them gently, being careful, being nice, being able to flip them over onto their back without causing a problem, without hurting them, doing things like that. So we talked about that in the last few videos. Today I wanted to talk about, apparently this one's Vanny now, not Shatter. Apparently we changed her name, so that's fine. Hi, Thor. So what I wanted to talk about today is how to make them happy in their environment. Now, we've talked about feeding them properly and giving them toys and stuff like that, but we haven't talked about them, okay? We haven't talked about what they really like. Now, do they like to be alone? The answer is no. Okay, rabbits do not like to be alone. They really don't like to. They are best kept in pairs or groups. Okay, pairs or groups are the way to go. Hi, sweet peas. These are my sweet peas. If anyone's wondering, there's other bunnies in there. We have like 7 in here right now. So they do like to be kept in pairs or groups. We keep in colonies. So we have a colony setting here. So this is a colony. There's 7 in this pen, and then there's 2 boys in the pen beyond. So this is a colony of 9. Okay, because they do not like to be alone. Don't keep them by themselves. Now, there are exceptions to this. A house bunny who gets plenty of love and attention and is never caged, never locked up, never isolated from you, may be okay alone. Okay? If he has you and you spend a lot of time with him, you become his companion. But you have to spend a lot of time with him. Okay? Like a lot. I'm not talking, an hour in the evening. I'm talking about you got to hang out with him all the time. If you're not at work, you should be hanging out with your bun. That's the way it needs to be if you're going to have a bunny by itself. And yes, it's very, very windy. It's very, very windy right now. Hi, Thor and Twigs over there. We'll go over and take a look at the boys. So, if you are going to have just a single bunny living in your house with you, I recommend a neutered male. Okay? Hi, buddy. Hi. You're so beautiful. You're looking good. Good and beautiful. So he is not neutered. It's our breeding male. And we go over here, and he is neutered. Okay? That big fat butt there is neutered. So, if you're going to have one bunny by himself in your house, I recommend a neutered male. They're less territorial than females, and they do tend to bond with people a little bit easier. So get yourself a boy, get him neutered. Getting a rabbit neutered is normally not super expensive, so you're usually okay for cost. Hi, guys. So that's what I recommend if you're going to have just one rabbit, because he'll bond to you really easily, but you have to spend time. Okay, a ton of time with him. You must, or he will not do well. Okay, so her name's Vanny now. It used to be Shatter, but now it's Vanny. That's okay. So intact males, like over in the other pen, where I just came from, who have not been neutered, typically do need to be housed alone. Hi, big guy. You're such a pretty boy. Look at how pretty you are. So typically they do need to be housed alone. They generally cannot be housed with other bucks. Now, there are exceptions to that. I did have an exception to that. Years ago, I had 2 males who were not neutered, and they were really bonded to each other. But that is the exception rather than the rule, okay? Because other bucks, if they're both unneutered, so they're both bucks, they can just start to fight, and it can be violent. Sometimes these fights can get bloody. There's Loki. So in the worst cases, bucks can sometimes rip off each other's testicles. It's not good. They could even kill each other. I know you think that rabbits are all fluffy and fun, and they are, but they can also be vicious. Intact bucks also can't be housed with females unless you want a bunch of babies. So either get your males neutered or house them separately. Now, sometimes, like we have over here, we have a neutered boy, Mr. Otterton. His fat butt over there, his fat butt back behind that house, is in here with an unneutered boy. That can work. Okay, you can have an unneutered boy in with a neutered boy. So you can have two housed together. If one is neutered, he's automatically less territorial. They don't have to fight over girls because one of them can't do anything with girls. So yes, you can house males together if they are neutered or if only one of them is unneutered. Okay, so it is possible. Females, like this is our all-female pen. So we actually have 7 girls in here right now. There's a couple right there. There's a couple in the house. Sorry. Loki and Andersen are over here. So yeah, we have about 7 in here right now, which is nice. So you can house them together if you have enough space. 2 females, 2 does shoved into a tiny little bunny cage, that's not going to work, okay? They're probably going to fight. I house my rabbits colony style, so this is what you see. They live in a big colony. They live on the ground. They don't live, so we haven't put our fencing in yet. But we're going to fence out here for a play yard for them, and we're going to fence into the back trees for them to have some more free-range space. So ours live colony style. My girls are always together, okay? They have large spaces. There's room for everyone. I don't shove them in tiny little cages. Tiny little cages aren't going to work for multiple rabbits. If I shove all of these girls into one tiny cage, I'm going to have a problem. Okay? So that can't happen. Don't do that. If you're using cages, then probably you want 1 rabbit per cage. Okay? Place the cages close together so the rabbits aren't lonely. It's not ideal, but it's better than being alone. They really do not do well alone. They absolutely do not. So keep them together if you can. If you have one single bunny, make sure you spend a lot of time with them. If you're not going to be able to if you're not going to be able to spend a ton of time with him, then you're going to want to make sure he has a friend. Okay? So if you are having rabbits just for companions and you have 2 of them, just get them fixed. So either get the boys neutered or get the girls spayed. And don't try to bond them until after they have been fixed, because it's harder to rebond than it is to bond initially. So go to a rescue and get yourself a couple of rabbits that have already been fixed, and you'll have companions for life. Maybe you'll even be able to find a bonded pair. But you generally do not want just one rabbit by himself, because he's going to be so lonely. Okay, you don't want that. It's sad. So keep your rabbits in at least pairs. Your fat butt moved, huh? Just fat butt. Hi. Oh yeah, you guys are snuggling. Yeah, they're friends. They love each other. They're having a good old time. So you can keep males in pairs if one is fixed. Otherwise, they're going to have to be housed alone. House them close together so they don't get lonely. And remember, if you have a single rabbit, spend a whack ton of time with that rabbit. They are group creatures. They are not creatures used to being all alone. They need a group. So with that said, we're going to sign off for today. And we're going to come back and talk about possible aggression in rabbits next week. But for this week, I just wanted to talk about how to house them, for their safety and their peace of mind. They need each other. Okay, I would never try to separate these girls now unless someone's pregnant and having babies. Otherwise, nah. So that's about it for us here at Andersen Acres. We'll see you tomorrow.